Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to look over Juj again. Yes, me and Juj are confirmed best mates. We're best friends now. She even mentioned me in one of her videos. I mean, well, didn't say my name, unfortunately. Bollocks. But we're best friends now, as you will see later on how she points out how amazing my content is and thumbnails and all that good shit. But besides that, latest video, commentary slop, calling it commentary slop, I don't know. I don't even think she knows, but you know, that's whatever. But we were mentioned. I had a buddy of mine text me saying, yo, check out the new video. You know, skip to whatever time frame it was where she pulled out my stuff. You know, I'm very flattered that she enjoys my work, you know. Unfortunately, for some funny reason, I think she forgot to press subscribe while she was over here. If you guys want to do that real quick and like the video, I'd appreciate that a lot. But, you know, without further ado, let's have a look at what she has put in this video for me to look at. Alright, brilliant start. If I have any little fanboys coming over here telling me to end it all, quit the game, anything mean, I'm reporting straight to Juj, alright? This is not on. You guys basically, you know, do whatever she says. So, you know, you can't come after me. She might even remove you as a subscriber. So, you know, let's keep it friendly, guys.
Being a commentary channel, I feel like I should discuss the ongoing slop of commentary on YouTube, right? I mean, it's one of the biggest genres within YouTube as of now, so why not talk about my opinions on the sloppy side of it?
Alright, dude, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm speeding it up again. Look, I don't really care, you know, people will be saying, oh, low attention span, I don't really actually give a single fuck. I'm trying to get this done, you know, can we speed it up? Talking is just like an absolute workout, like, talk faster, please.
First of all, I'd like to talk about my past experience on covering content farms. If you do not know what a content farm is, well, basically it's a channel that uploads low-effort videos in small spans of time. Usually the content is directed towards kids, with some videos promoting mature themes. Sure, these are bad, but they aren't that bad.
Pushing out content in a short period of time. I bust my balls, personally, like, I'm not very good with all this computer shit. I feel like a 80-year-old with fucking crippling arthritis half the time, but, you know, that's whatever. I just don't really get computer shit. It's not my thing. I'm not good at it. So, editing and all this shit, like, oh, you know, I could do this in 20 seconds. Good for you, bro. Like, if you see my content and you think you could do it in 20 seconds, I'm more than happy to pay you $5 per video, dude. I really don't care. My shit takes me time, dude. I'm always busy. And yes, I can agree, you know, there are a lot of channels that can just push out shit, you know, just like that, you know, like on repeat. People that are uploading, you know, 4 times a week, I'm jealous of you, alright? I won't lie. Over 4 times a week, that's crazy. I wish I could get that shit done. But, sucks to suck, I guess. And also, the stuff where it's like, oh, it's promoting mature themes, but that isn't that bad. What do you mean it isn't that bad? The videos I react to and, like, you know, the shit that I make my commentary videos on, or commentary slop, sorry, Juj, they're channels and videos that I find and they don't sit right with me, so therefore I comment on them. That's kind of how it works. If that's what you consider slop, sucks to suck. The shit that I'm commenting on is what I call slop. So, you know, it kind of swings and roundabouts. And saying not that bad to some of the shit that I've covered, I don't know about that one. That's a bit of a wild call.
Like, they're not the worst thing ever. It's not the end of the world because these channels exist. Anyways, I used to make videos on channels like that until 6 months ago. I realized my channel was becoming pure slop and I didn't want to make videos like that anymore, so before people compare me to the channels I talk about, just know it has been 6 months since I talked about a content farm properly. My channel has changed a lot since then, and now I talk about stuff I want to talk about whilst keeping it relevant. Even then, comparing those old videos to some of the slop commentary produced today is pretty different.
And here we go again, dude, taking the moral high ground. You know, I did used to post the same sort of stuff, but, you know, I stopped. So, you know, I'm all good now. But even when I did post it, it wasn't like, you know, as bad as the stuff that these guys are posting. Like, my stuff was better. Is this dude really for real? Like, are we dead ass? It's the same stuff. And here's the thing. Whatever you were calling it, commentary slop, that stuff was getting views. You were talking about it. You know, you had to have cared a little bit to be making a video about it. I mean, you can't just make a video on something and then, oh my god, this is crazy. I mean, dude, you have to, like, have some reason behind making the video. You can't just find something and then not care and then, yeah, I guess I'll post it. No, that's low effort. So you had to have cared enough to make videos on these slop channels at some point. You're no different, you're no worse, you're no better. It's all the same.
So let's actually get into the content these channels talk about. And yes, I will be bringing up a channel I have talked about before, but I'm not going to be bringing up the fucking drama from like, what, 2-3 months ago? I'm not talking about that, okay?
She's going to be bringing up names, guys. Do we think we're going to get a mention? Do we think, like, maybe I missed it when I skimmed over it. Maybe she did actually say the name. Maybe we get a shout out. This might be monumental. This might be insane. And talking about, like, dragging that, like, we all know that she's talking about the glider guy situation as well. Talking about not dragging it. We've still got people, like, you know, in recent weeks still making videos about that stuff, you know, bashing Glider Guy. I mean, it's been how many months? I think it's all kind of brushed over at this point. Like, no one really gives a fuck. I mean, I've seen Juj in multiple comment sections, like, commenting like, oh, yay, this is such a great video, like, bashing Glider Guy, as well as in community posts. Glider Guy hit 500k subs a couple weeks back. That's fucking crazy. That's a lot of people, 500,000 people. And then, you know, having a go at Glider Guy and, like, community posts saying, oh, are we seriously, like, congratulating this guy? Dude, let it go. I'm not gonna drag it. And then continues to drag it. Are we dead ass?
I'm sorry, but the channels that they talk about are not the worst things to exist. Like, god damn. Recently on my recommended, I got this video called This Kid's Channel is Actually a Cult. And it was by, you guessed it, Glider Guy. So I decided to take a look into it. And no, I can assure you they are not a cult. It's just someone trying to be edgy by adding random jumbled up words and images that aren't even harmful.
How do you know that for sure though? How do we know for sure that Billy wasn't a cult? We don't know what was going on behind that screen. Like, realistically, that was kind of weird. I mean, I also covered this video. I know, big fan. And yeah, there was some freaky shit going on that channel. Like, I genuinely didn't know how to react. When I found the channel, it was like fucking late at night. I'm scrolling through it. I was like, oh my god, this is a good video. This isn't sitting right with me. You know, late at night watching this kind of stuff, it was a little bit weird. Mildly freaky and weird, you know, like I just didn't know how to react to it. It was just odd. And I don't know, it looked kind of culty to me. Kind of looked a bit freaky and, you know, controlling and all that kind of spooky shit. So, you never know.
I'm sorry, but this is not cult-like behavior, and I hate how the word cult is watered down like that. Real cults don't do this shit. Real cults are harmful, and victims of those cults are gonna be disappointed when they see how this term is watered down.
How would you know what cults are like? No, but seriously, like, holy woke. These victims of the cults are gonna be upset seeing it watered down. I feel like victims of cults aren't really watching Glider Guy videos. That's just, you know, a wild stab in the dark. I feel like these people are doing anything but watching Glider Guy. And I also find it so odd when people do this. When people speak out for other people's, like, past experiences. You know, it's kind of like a skinny person being offended for seeing someone else be called fat. Like, secondhand offense. You know what I mean? Like, it's just odd. I don't know how many experiences Juj has had with cults. I'm gonna have a wild stab and say not many. I don't know. It's a weird take.
Oh, and don't you worry, Glider Guy isn't the only channel we will be talking about.
Wait a minute, is this the bit where I get mentioned? I can't remember.
Rife or Riff's video? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name.
Fuck! God damn it. Alright, let's keep waiting. And yes, she had it right the first time. She's talking about Riff.
On AFMAO Brain Rot Exists, discusses exactly what the title is, but it's just, oh no, brain rot exists, so bad.
I mean, yeah, brain rot is pretty bad. I mean, it's in the term brain rot, you know, let's think about this. Who wants their brain to be rotted to the core? Me personally, I'd rather not, you know, like, let's think about that. It's literally in the name, brain rot. Who wants a rotted brain? No one.
Again, there are so many videos like this where people pretend to put this reaction on, where they're like, oh my god, what the hell, this is so bad, this is so cringe, nah, what the hell, no. However, I don't really care if they make this content or not. That's totally up to them, and they are allowed to express their opinions.
That is a really good point. You know, she doesn't care that people are making these kind of videos, you know, it doesn't affect her, which is why she made an entire 9-minute and something second long video talking about how she doesn't like it and how it needs to be stopped. Put two and two together, not really making a whole lot of sense. That's just, you know, me, you know, using my fucking brain to think.
Another one is a channel you guys haven't heard of that made a video discussing the Glider Guy versus Juj situation.
Yes! Top bins! That is our thumbnail. We as a community made that thumbnail. Guys, that is our thumbnail, guys. Kind of upsetting how she cropped out my name though. Like, not for the fucking shout out. I mean, like, I know I was joking about that before. But more or less, I just wanted to see if people would actually come over here and, you know, chat some shit in the comments. I mean, even in a Glider Guy video, the first one, when she had to go at Glider Guy for stealing her content or some bullshit like that, she said, you know, don't go harass Glider Guy, you know, don't go harass the guy that I'm talking about this video, and people still went and did it. Even in his newer videos, he's still getting comments saying like, oh, I can't believe Glider Guy is still getting away with this shit, you know, like, everyone forgot about how he stole content from Juj. Holy drag, dude. Move the fuck on. It's been so long.
But he uses fucking AI generated images as his reactions.
Okay, I will give her that. Juj, she draws all of her own shit. That's pretty cool. I mean, I don't really have any software on my computer that I can do that on. I don't really know how to do it either. I'm a bit of an old head like that. I mean, I'm not old. I'm like, what, 19? It's just very, I don't know how to do it. But I can't do it. So therefore, I do, you know, I use the memes, I use the AI. Someone shoot me. I would love to hire an editor or like, you know, a digital artist. I'd love to get someone to do that for me. Juj, if you want, I'm going to pop up all my little monkey boys up on the screen. If you want to draw those and send them over to me, I'd appreciate it. Cheers, bro. What is this example that she's used here? Oh, this is brilliant. This is a screenshot that I got from some meme account story on Instagram ages ago. Was it TGPU? I don't even know. It's like some Jurassic bird. Shit looks crazy. And, you know, it's a popular meme. Of course I'm going to use it.
Like, if these people want to talk about me, then put the effort in. Don't have AI do your reactions for you with your shitty Minecraft gameplay in the background. Come on.
Well, Judge, I hope you see this video, because just for you, I've done something better than Minecraft gameplay. I've done the fish thing. I don't even know what the fuck is going on the screen. Just a bunch of fish floating about. But see how it does the exact same job as the Minecraft gameplay and your videos? It's just moving shit in the background, you know? It's just there. It's literally all the same. One's digital, one's like real life, I guess. I don't know. It's all the same.
Like, why? You can tell that he's trying so hard to be like Glider Guy at this point. I won't be name dropping since this is a small channel, but if you do find it, do not go and harass them, because that's just fucking stupid.
This is true. When people make these kind of videos, like calling someone out or like calling out, you know, just a genre or something in general, you know, oh, this is bad, blah, blah, I don't agree with it, and then they like mention people in the video, it is kind of like directing, like, people are obviously gonna go over and fucking have a go. It doesn't matter how much you enforce, hey guys, I know I've just called out Glider Guy for allegedly stealing a video of mine, but please don't go harass him or anything like that. People were always gonna do that. It's like you wanted it to happen. But the whole idea of, yes, it's a waste of time, it is a complete waste of time. Do we realistically think those comments that people have been leaving on his videos have actually affected his mental health? Really? Like people saying, oh, you stole from Judge. Do you really think he's one, read them, or two, gives a rat's ass? Not really. He cared about what Judge had to say, I mean, therefore he reacted to it. If he cared about what some people were saying in his comments, calling him a horrible person, all that, like, just crazy shit, he would probably respond to it. It doesn't really matter.
I do feel like there is a lot of exaggeration, and it isn't opinion-based, it's just acting as if it's the end of the world because you saw exaggerated tits in a kid's cartoon. Have you guys seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Just because you saw Among Us crewmate boobs does not mean it's gonna kill the entire world, guys. Chill. It's not turning their brains to mush. I do understand where they could be coming from, though, and the sexualization of characters can be pretty frustrating to see, and it's pretty bad, especially if they come from a franchise targeted towards kids. But no, it's not the end of the world, and there is a lot worse on the internet that children could see.
Again, oh, the point is almost there. Like, there's almost a good point made, but not entirely. Like, the stuff that is pointed out, you know, like the exaggerated boobs and whatnot, you know, that's not on, which is why it gets called out. And you saying, I agree that it's bad in, you know, franchises and cartoons that are directed at kids, but there's a lot worse things on the internet, which is 100% true. But that's where it all comes from. It always starts somewhere. If you really think about it, it's kind of like what's a good example? Like vaping. You try it once, it's like, whatever, keep having a sip, another sip, then it gets to a point where you're like, you know, using your friends when you hang out with them, then you go to parties, you're always on one, then you even go out and buy your own, then you're hooked, alright? It's the same with this kind of shit. You see this lustful bullshit, you keep looking into it, and then in a lot of cases it can lead you to those worse things on the internet. It's just a common event and cycle. Like, it's not healthy for the brain, which is why it's called brain rot. Again, no one wants a rotted brain, and no one wants to see all this cartoon bullshit.
Something I want to discuss are the thumbnails. These goddamn thumbnails. A lot of the channels that talk about content farms tend to say, wow, the thumbnails are so bad, but then actively make their thumbnails inappropriate. Like, do we not see the hypocrisy here? I used to do the same, but hey, at least I changed when I noticed what I was doing was hypocritical, right?
No, not right. You still put them up and they're still up, so there's no real moral high ground to be taken here. I know it was a good attempt, well, not really, but hey guys, look, I know I did this in the past, but you know, at least I'm not doing it anymore, you know? I changed. Not really, they're still up and you still voluntarily made them and posted them and profiting off them. So is it really you doing a good thing? Probably not. You know, just general take, probably just not the smartest thing.
Not only that, but these thumbnails usually have the same style and wording, like too far and so bad.
Mine actually says so dumb. If you just want to go back and reread that one, it says so dumb, not so bad. Thanks, Judge.
Like, does it not get boring, or is it to appeal to your fan base of 10-year-olds? At least be unique, guys, come on.
I mean, the whole thing with the thumbnails, I mean, the style of thumbnails that you've shown, they're very direct, you get the point straight away. Like, you look at the thumbnail, you know what's going on. There's an emotion and like, there's something going on the screen that you immediately look at. You look at the title, you look at the thumbnail, you look at the words on the thumbnail, and it's like, okay, you know what's going on. You know what's entailing, you know? And being original, sure, that's a good point. Great, you know, whatever. I mean, but then again, it's very straight to the point. You look at the thumbnails, you know what's going on. Judge, looking at your thumbnails, I don't know what the fuck's going on. There's like a whole fucking fit of just stuff going on the screen. All these words and like little text messages on the screen. I'm not fucking reading that. No one is. And it's always going to be too small to actually see what's going on. You've got to see the point here.
I mean, hey, I don't want to be too critical here. If they're enjoying themselves, then that's fine. I just recommend changing it up a little. It's fun to be unique and not a clone. I've never watched Breath, but at least there's originality within his thumbnails, and I can see that Glider Guy has started to do that too by straying away from using AI, and now he uses decent looking thumbnails. Well, for the most part, anyway. Of course, there are so many other channels that do this type of content with similar thumbnails, but here's my interpretation of the average commentary thumbnail.
Okay, right. I don't really know what that loud moan was, but, you know, carry on.
You see this, guys? This is my commentary video thumbnail.
Alright, 1, not a bad thumbnail at all. You can immediately see what's going on. I mean, the picture on the right could be better, you know, let's talk about that. There's not really any emotion being shown that what's going on in the video is going too far, you know, there's no real meaning behind that picture. You know, we could get a better one, but, you know, and the text on the right, you know, that's a little bit shit. We could make it a bit more, you know, defined and, you know, stand out-ish, but that's whatever. Besides that, you know, not a bad layout, but, you know, going back to, you know, I don't want to critique too much, you know, if they're doing what they want, you know, and having fun with that, that's totally fine. And then tries to have a go at what they're doing. I mean, you were saying it before, a little bit hypocritical. I mean, you're kind of just talking about yourself at this point now.
Finally, the last thing that really irks me is the usage of watered down terms. I've seen a lot of channels during the Rocky Raccoon drama use the term groomer, and there was no evidence of grooming from Rocky at all. A lot of these channels mix up creep and groomer. They are two different things, and it's crazy how watered down that term is.
Okay, and in these thumbnails, notice how none of them directly say he's a PDF file. Predator question mark, you know, that's questioning, is this guy a predator? You know, there's that one. The only 12 one, that was a line, you know, that's whatever. And he draws kids, another title. I mean, these thumbnails aren't even bad. Image that shows emotion, good text. The text explains what's going on. Drawing kids? Whoa, that's a bit weird. Predator question mark? Oh, what's that about? What is the real point here? You know, what are you talking about?
Another example will be in Glider Guy's watered down usage of the term cult, but we don't really need to talk about that, and we already did, and I don't want to drag it on.
Again, with the hypocritical bit, you know, they can do what they want, but, you know, bringing back Glider Guy, you know, remember when he did this thing, but I don't want to drag it. Don't you worry. You don't have to say any of that. I don't want to drag it, you know, you don't have to say any of that. It's very evident that you already have.
There are so many other terms and phrases that I could talk about, but I feel like I'd only be dragging more names through the dirt, and I don't want to be disrespectful. And if any of the channels mentioned do see this, because yes, some have seen my videos before.
Yes, she's talking about us again. Guys, we as a whole are involved in this upcoming line. What she's saying right now, we are involved in. We have seen this video.
Then don't take this the wrong way. I can understand that YouTube is your job and you enjoy doing it, and that's totally fine, but take this with a pinch of salt.
I will not be taking this with a pinch of salt, Judge. As you can hopefully tell by this video, I am deeply enraged, and I will be in contact with you for legal action for deeply hurting my feelings, as well as the hypocritical takes you have in this video, as well as some of the shit takes you have. But, you know, that's whatever. You'll be hearing from my lawyer soon.
You all do not need to cover the same things all at the same time. Doesn't that get boring for audiences in the space of commentary?
Based off these numbers, and numbers don't really lie, I'm gonna say no, it doesn't get boring.
I know I'm not like the owner or the leader of the internet and I can't control everything, but what I can do is talk about my opinions on commentary slop. If there's anything you'd like to talk about, then let me know in the comments below.
Alright, and ending it there, like, I don't really get that bit either. Like, you know, I don't control the internet. Sure, no one does. But what I can do is talk about my opinions on these topics. But you're saying these videos are bad and they shouldn't be up? Like, these people that are making these videos are talking about their opinions on what they're covering in the video. Are we not allowed to do the same? Like, what's going on there? So you're allowed to cover video topics, but people making these videos aren't allowed to. Got it. What the fuck are you talking about? And then, what's it? Asking at the end, if you guys have anything you want me to talk about, go for it. Let me know. I mean, now you're not even being original yourself. You're just asking people for their own ideas. Guys, if you've got something you want to talk about, start your own channel. Talk about it yourself. You can do whatever you want. It's the big 25. Who's stopping you? You got a phone? You'd have to be watching this on some sort of electronic device. I mean, shit, you're definitely not watching it on a fucking chalkboard. I think that was a little bit crazy. I'd also like to know how you got that electronic chalkboard. That would be insane. But yeah, general take on the video, not terrible points, not great points, but not the worst, you know? Not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. So that's whatever. Anyways, guys, I'm wrapping it up there. Click the video on the screen. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy it. I have no doubt you will. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.